I'm Justin Meyers. I'm 1-0 right now. I'm looking to make an MMA debut by the end of this year or the beginning of next year. Getting a couple grappling tournaments in, maybe one more Muay Thai fight.
Sorry, I'm Ashley Blanco. I'm 8-2. I have 3 Muay Thai championship belts. I have the Warriors Cup, TBA, and Freedom Fighters that I just won last week. I'm looking to get into the 112 division and also get some belts there and eventually go pro in Muay Thai specifically.
My name is Daryl Ocot. I am 3 wins and 5 losses. I have the K1 WKA first place amateur medal thing. I love Muay Thai and Adult Swim.
My name is Abu Khawaja. I fight out of here. I am the current Freedom Fighters 166-pound national champion. I fought last month for the 175-pound Warriors Cup belt to a draw, unfortunately, and next month, or I guess in 3 weeks, I'll be fighting for the 168-pound Warriors Cup title. Daryl will also be fighting on the card. It's going to be a very prestigious opportunity, and I hope to take advantage of it. The older I get, the more I realize having good people around you is the most important thing. So it started off with Coach Ray and Augie in a garage, so everyone came at their own times. Daryl came first here after changing from a kind of unideal gym environment. I came as well. I just needed a gym to train at. I wanted to fight the first day I walked in, so I came here. And these guys came after around COVID time. So I'm just very grateful that everyone's kind of on the same page. It's just trust the program. It's train hard every time we're here, every session, like whether you're not there physically, you're there mentally, and that's the most important thing. And then from there, just bouncing ideas off each other, developing slowly. Everyone has the most impressive thing about our gym is that everyone has their own style, and it meshes extremely well when we spar and when we work, because there's just so many different variables you have to think about, and every single person in this gym could probably teach newer fighters or even more experienced fighters, advanced fighters, and that's kind of a testament to how knowledgeable everyone here is, and that's because of guys like Coach Ray, Coach Augie, Coach Ron, and also everyone's discipline and drive to understand the principles of fighting. What does it mean to you guys?
I mean, I've been with Augie since day one, and like you said, I remember starting from a small gym. I even remember almost turning away from the sport myself when I first started 0-5, but once Ashley, Justin, Marco, and Abu came into the picture, I couldn't just turn away and walk away from the record I had. I was really happy with improving and getting better and seeing everybody get better too. So we kind of just grow off each other, and my friends outside of the gym, they're all not like that. So at least when I'm here, I get to work with like-minded people and we can all improve together.
So for me, the gym means something just like a little bit different. When I first started martial arts in general, I came from a school where the coach didn't care about women, didn't care about me as a fighter in general. I don't think he ever even ever had the thought that I would fight or believed in me to fight. I remember when I first started, he had like a 2-class thing where it was like jiu-jitsu and striking, and because he literally could care two shits less about me, he made me like jiu-jitsu more. When I came to MK, my first class, I knew that it was gonna be different here. And within the next, I think it was like 4 months of me starting my first class, Augie was like, if you want to fight, you can fight. If that's one thing about Augie always gives everybody an equal opportunity, and he never I guess not discriminates, but he never judges you on whether or not you can do it. If you put in the hard work and you give dedication to what you want to do, he will give you every opportunity that you want. So I'm super thankful for that. I'm happy that here there's no judgment coming from anybody. I don't feel like there's any I know other gyms honestly firsthand that I've seen that are just you have just haters all over the gym. It's weird, very secret animosity. And here, honestly, one person wins, the whole gym wins. It's beautiful to see. I never felt like when I won or I had an opportunity or I had a fight that I felt like somebody was being a secret hater behind the scenes or being weird about what I was doing. So I'm happy about that. I'm happy that everybody has something to offer here. and everybody knows like that we're, as a team collectively, we all like strive off of each other, and we all work off of each other's energy, and we all push each other very much. So like if Marco works hard, Abu works hard, Justin works hard, I work hard, Daryl works hard, I know that we're setting that example for everybody like under us. Not under, I guess not, I don't want to say like under us.
Less experienced.
Yeah, everybody like less experienced. I can just tell like kind of like the more active fighters are like giving like this
Inspiration.
Inspiration.
We're not role models, but we're role models at the same
Right,
time. Like,
exactly, like-
everything we do, like I'll be sparring someone newer, and they'll do stuff that one of these people do. Like
Right.
the fighter says, "Oh, you watched that fight, you took that." It's like, oh, it's kind of crazy. So it's
Yeah.
people are watching us, and it's kind of on
Is
us
it-
to be good examples
Is it
Right.
fair to say you guys learn from each other?
all the time.
Oh, all the time, 1000%.
Everyone's got different styles. Like,
Yeah, everybody has different styles here. Everybody like learns from each other. I think everybody kind of like, we feed off of each other's energy, and like we like learn little things, like something that I might have gotten it from Marco, I might have gotten it from Abu, I might have gotten it from Daryl, I might have gotten it from Justin. Like I feel like everybody here, like we all kind of take like puzzle pieces from each other and like build our
like Frankenstein's.
Right,
Just a bunch
exactly.
of sewed together pieces of each other.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Like I said, there's no like hater vibes here at all. I would say, right? I would say there's like no hater vibes, and I think that like we all like to learn from each other. We all think that we're like just books to open and like.
It's like the only prerequisite is to work hard, and then from there we could work. Like you can't force someone to work hard, but when you get someone that works hard, you can work with that.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of our biggest thing here. Our biggest thing is just work
And working hard is working smart too, which we do well too, which is
Agreed.
not going on the airdyne until you can't anymore. I mean, like I'm the first guy who made that mistake. All of us did when you start, but it's better for an athlete to do that and be able to pull back and use their brain versus the opposite, where guys can't pull the trigger or do anything.
Agreed.
Like Coach Iran always says, like we don't look for wars, but we don't shy away from them.
Right.
That's kind of like the best outlook of what we care about and what we believe in.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Now that you mentioned that, Abu, I wanted to ask, what's the best piece of advice your coaches have given you? And tell me who they are, obviously.
So, probably just from Coach Ray, Augie, and Haran, it's trust your skills. That's probably the most important thing. Because sometimes you kind of say, like, especially starting out, like you're at a small gym, you're like, damn, like maybe I should go to this big camp and learn and get better and this, that, the other. But then you kind of realize, like, everything I need is here. Everything I'm learning is part of the game. It's part of what everyone's doing. And it's not really where I train, it's how I train. It's how everyone trains.
Right.
So that's probably the best piece of advice. But I take advice from everywhere, man. Like I was traveling and some random high-level coach was like, trust your intelligence. And that's like another one that I think is important. You know, you got to trust what makes you you. So you kind of need an understanding of who you are. And then from there, just go, you know. Everyone here has different styles and different strengths and weaknesses. I'm more cerebral. Some guys are more physical. Some guys are more cunning, you know. So it's just knowing what you. And then the good thing is, all of those things when you go to Augie, Ray, or Haran, like, or Christian, or any of the coaches and staff here, it's all right. You're cerebral. Let's work with it. Like, oh, you like walking forward. Let's work with it.
Yeah.
Like, in a way where you're still hitting and not getting hit, because that's the point of the game. That's the point of fighting, you know. So
That's another big part of MK. No coach here has ever tried to change a fighter.
Yeah.
Like, probably Augie and Ray's biggest thing is like, be who you are, but just be smart when you're doing it. Be who you are. Like they never would change. Like if a guy has more of an MMA style or has more of like a brute style, they never try to change the person. They just want to be smart with the person. They just want the person to be smart with how they're going about fighting. That's really the biggest thing here, and I think that's why we have so much success, because they're not, the coaches aren't trying to change a fighter into like a military style, like everybody has to be throwing a kick like this, everybody has to be throwing a punch like this, everybody has to be standing like this and clinching like this. Here it's very much like, do what you want to do, but just do it smart. That's like the biggest
there's a quote loosely translated, martial arts is like the expression of oneself, and I feel like this gym really like it appreciates the true martial arts. Like, it doesn't force anyone to be like anyone else. The coach doesn't make you try to fight like the coaches once did. And they appreciate you, they appreciate your style and what you bring to the table. And I feel like that's why we are all successful, because like they said before, Abu gets better off of my style, I get better off of Abu's style, actually the same way, all for all of us, and we just all make each other better, we all elevate each other's styles. Because they see things from me that they won't see from someone else, I see things from them that I won't see from someone else. And you don't get that at most gyms. Most gyms, you go there and everyone spars the same way. Everyone's throwing the same combos.
Same system, same style, which is no disrespect, obviously it works, but it's tough when you run into someone different who plays by a different rule set as you. And you have to adjust versus having it here, and if it happens, you could adapt on the fly, which is what we do in between rounds, in between fights, in between moments. So, yeah.
All right, I got one more. What challenges did you come across in getting to where you are at today?
You guys want to start? Or you want me to?
I'll start with this one. My biggest challenge for me, I think most people know, is I had major knee surgery, and I came back from that. Took a short notice fight from a teammate, Mikey Torres. He had a fight for ECF that was scheduled against Alvin McLaurin, and he ended up getting a better opportunity for a different promotion. So I took his fight at 155, a short notice fight on 3 weeks, and it was my first fight coming off my knee surgery. And I was super hesitant, to say the least, in the first round. I was scared to get that touch. I was scared to do the usual explosive motions I would do. And once I overcame that in the ring or cage, it made me a better fighter, smarter fighter. I would say even just now in sparring, I do things that I wouldn't usually do because I used to rely on my athleticism. And now I rely on my intelligence, like Abu said, and I trust my intelligence a lot more than my actual athleticism. So I became a better fighter through it, and it was a blessing in disguise.
What have I overcome to get to where I am today? That's the question.
What challenges? Like,
yeah, probably like my first loss kind of taught me a lot. My first fight ever, I lost at the WKs. A lot of fighters after their first loss probably wouldn't have gotten back into the ring, especially it was a close decision. I had people like saying like, oh, it could have went your way. It could have went like it was a lot of stuff. It was hard. When I lost, it was hard to believe that I lost because I had put so much time and so much effort into getting to that fight, and I was like, how could I have possibly lost? Like, how could I have done that? But it was overcoming that and overcoming that obstacle that got me on, I think it was like a 5-fight win streak, and it was hard to say the least, but I think I knew what fighting was doing for me and for my mental health. That's another huge obstacle that I had to overcome, my mental health. I think that kind of is what like pushed me to just keep going. Had no idea that my next 2 fights are going to be on huge cards, and they were, and I won those 2, but it was definitely like that first loss, that first like kind of like, shit, like I can't believe I lost that. Like I put so much time, so much effort into that. Like how could me putting in this exact same amount of work get me a win? And it was just having to believe in myself, my coaches believing in me, my teammates believing in me. That's what helped for sure.
For me, I had all that stuff that retires people before I even had a fight. So bad injuries, surgeries, like blood clots type, serious life-threatening ones that kind of were fighting related, but not really, more life-related. So all those defeats kind of forced me to reevaluate what I want to do, who I want to be. And I've been injured so many times, like that's kind of probably my biggest hurdle. Trying to find that balance between, because fighters are really insecure people. You train as hard as you can, and you still think it's not enough. So it's harder to step back, and sometimes you got to remember that. That was probably the biggest thing I overcome. Is it's all right if I do a session later, like if I feel bad, you know, instead of like grinding into dust, like I always say. So that's probably the biggest challenge. Like my first fight was a year and a half ago, technically, but the reason I won 8 fights is because I had so much more skill. I just had to recalibrate with my, like how hard I trained to how good I am, like officially, you know. So I always knew I was that good, but I just needed the opportunities. And so part of that was being smart. COVID kind of screwed everyone for a long time, so that was another big challenge, which I got bad twice, I think. And then just kind of just staying the course, just being smart, fighting on 10 days, just being like, when it's time to do gangster shit, just doing it. Like, just like telling Ray in February, hey man, like I want to fight, next card you got. He's like, there's one in 10 days. You want to do it? I was like, okay. Like we got a slick striker from New York. Whatever, you want to do it? Like, yeah, okay. Oh, we got a southpaw from Texas. You want to fight him? Okay. Oh, you want to move up in weight for the Warriors Cup strap against a guy 7 years older with 3 times as much experience as you? Sure. Like, so when it's time to be a gangster, like, you got to step up. Like, I always say everyone's a soldier when there's no wars, but what we're good at is just being soldiers, like, year round, just strapped. So.
Agreed.
I think we're good.
That's it?
Yeah. Let's check out though. Let's check out.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. How do you want us to check out?
We're watching Disney Channel.
You're watching
Disney Channel.
Dun,
You wanna do
dun, dun, dun.